Hello, we are here with Mathias in his beautiful GoVegan Deli in Nusa.
Yeah,
Is it?
that's Nusa.
We always say Nusa, but it's Nusa. Hello, Scott. And would you like to tell us some of the interesting points of your journey when it started and what was the intriguing?
I think the most intriguing thing now is the questions people ask. See, here in the deli, we've got this smorgasbord of individuals that come in for one reason or another, wanting to experience physical and health-like redemption. They want to actually get over the anguish of their ill health. And I always say the point of entry basically is through the gut and through the food that you become. There's no doubt about it, what you eat is what you become. So people ask me, what do you do, you know, to start your day? And I say, well, I just eat a bowl of fruit in the morning. They go, is that all? Don't you have this on it? And don't you have the South American powders? And don't you have this? I said, no, just a bowl of fruit. Because the enzymes in those fruit actually activate your bowels, so you get rid of yesterday's waste to start with. You know? So that's the most common question. What do you actually begin the day?
Can you tell us what inspired you to do that in the first place, so that how people can kind of start?
I was up against a wall with a health issue. I was experiencing a lot of pain, and I needed to change something, but I didn't know how to change at that point until I was given a tap on the shoulder, and the universe said, you better listen. And that was this reflux that nearly killed me while I was asleep 9 years ago. So when your lungs fill up with stomach content while you're asleep, two things can happen. One, you die, you drown, and the other one is you wake up, as I did, within nanoseconds. And then the next morning came the big tap. It said, right, you've been warned. If you don't do something, you've got to change something. And I kept, well, I actually Googled something because I wanted to know the reason for this chronic illness, this chronic response to proteins. And I Googled something, and the whole thing of protein malabsorption, inability to break down proteins and proteolytic enzymes. So my gut wasn't macerating the food properly, and it wasn't breaking down proteins, and then the proteolytic enzyme was the green papaya powder. So I used the green papaya powder as a functional food to help get my gut working again, get the biome reinstated, you know, get the bacteria reinstated, so I could create a healthy chime. I was talking to someone today, and without going into too much detail, they were talking about themselves being a semi-professional in this area of gut ecology, but they didn't know what chyme was. Chyme, C-H-Y-M-E. Chyme is the liquid that comes out of your gut that goes into your small intestine, where the actual absorption takes place. There's no absorption in your gut at all, just water and alcohol. So if you get a healthy chyme, you will never look back. Yeah.
So what would be the other interesting points on your journey that you would want to...
I think sliding into a 3/8 principle, using the first 8 hours of the day as the period for elimination. I've worked out that basically if you ingest proteins during the time from 4 a.m. to midday, your elimination will stop and your digestion will start again. So then you're left with all this yesterday's waste. So that I think Fit for Life 4 or 5 years ago, I don't know how long ago, had the same approach, but I proved that it's actually a very worthwhile approach to get into that 3/8 rhythm. So from 4 a.m. to midday is elimination, and then midday to 8 p.m.
So you just grew from 4 when you wake up?
I'll have a smoothie and a bowl of fruit, maybe with some nuts or something like that. Just, but no big meals.
Nothing cooked?
No, nothing cooked.
So do you ever eat anything cooked?
I do occasionally eat cooked food. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. I used to be absolutely totally raw, but now I accommodate a little bit more cooked food because my gut is functioning. But lunch is typically from the shop, and it's a bowl or a platter of beautiful raw food, and then just a snack of some description in the evening. But most of my food is I do my best to have at lunchtime. Mm-hmm. So when I go to bed, and I go into the other 8 hours fasting from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m., that there's less stress on my digestive metabolism, my lymphatics get an opportunity to drain, my immune system gets an opportunity to kick in again, and just get into that rhythm. And I have to say, Hannah, that know, while a whole lot of people around us are getting colds and flu and getting ill and stuff at the moment, Claire and I, you know, we're actually, apart from tiredness, you know, 24/7 in the shop, we actually are not contracting anything. So what does it tell you?
That you're healthy and that you're doing something right.
That we're healthy and we must be doing something right. So again, another really great opportunity to grasp something that is fundamentally simple. It is really, really simple. Don't lurch for the frying pan. Just go somewhere else. Do a gentle salad, create a flavor and bring that flavor into the vegetables. And then you'll start to interact with nature's fuel. It's as simple as that.
Can I just point out that you've created a couple of cookbooks already?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which one's your favorite?
They're both my favorites, to be honest with you. The first one, Let's Eat Raw, is the 101. Bread and milk alternatives, which is really important, and which came out about 18 months, 2 years ago, and already it's had a reprint, which is unheard of because normally books go 5-7 years before you have a reprint. And then the second book, the newest book, literally out 2 or 3 weeks ago, Raw Vegan Meals with beautiful menus in it, international feel, because that's the other beautiful thing. You don't need to go without any of the flavors, the sweet, the sour, the salty, the savory, the creamy and the crunchy in order to actually attain good health. I enjoyed them both. The Raw Vegan Meals I actually wrote when we were putting the shop together, so it was a very stressful time, and there was deadlines, always deadlines in publishing. I don't know why, but there's always deadlines.
Well, thank you. It's lovely to talk to you and to visit the shop, and it's a beautiful place with great energy, ambience, and
Yeah.
and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much indeed, Rado. Thank
Pleasure.
you.